Right, so we're here at Climate Launchpad 2017 in Cyprus. Just wrapped up the Grand Final presentation, all the energy with that, and talking to some awesome innovators and entrepreneurs here. What's your company and what are your names?
We are from One Computer, and I'm Siamak Tebionia. And I'm Ruslu Tebionia.
Excellent. And yeah, what does One Computer do? What do you use?
Yeah, we are making a serverless cloud computing platform powered by smartphones. So the idea is to totally get rid of all of those servers, and instead, change the whole concept with a network of connected phones instead of those server farms. So that way you don't have the electricity bills, no heat, no more wasting of land.
Right. So as a smartphone user, we talked this last night a little bit, but
exactly.
Why would I give you access to my smartphone? What's the incentive for smartphone owners to install the product and use your service?
Yeah, it's really important to keep that in mind that by giving the access, we only have the access to your processing power, not the memory, not your, the other part of your smartphone.
Sure.
And that's very important to know. And the other thing is that, well, you can earn money. It's like when you are sharing your house or you are sharing your ride, you can earn money. So now we are saying that you can share your phone's unused processing power, and you can earn extra money for that.
It's like Airbnb, you're renting out my smartphone.
Could be.
But so, I mean, one of my main issues with my smartphone is that the battery just doesn't last a full day. So, I mean, as a smartphone user, I'd be hesitant to even lend you some of the battery. So why would I let you use my phone if it's just going to make my battery drain faster?
Yeah, exactly. At first we thought, okay, we are going to crowdsource all of this computing power at all time. But then we realized that this is a very important thing to keep in mind, that people do care about their battery so much.
Yeah.
I do. And so we thought, so it's a very good idea that you only can share your processing power when your phone is idle. Also, it's plugged in.
Okay.
So that's the only scenario that you can share your processing power.
That makes sense. And so, I mean, thinking about like what a server, we're creating a virtual server, you're creating a virtual server. So is that going to power like a single website? Like what's the scale of this? How big is this idea? You know, what's the impact this is going to have on the market?
Mm-hmm. So we are not going to substitute the small servers or even medium-sized servers which are currently in the market and small businesses can buy. We're going to compete with Microsoft and Amazon in terms of, to provide that that platform, the cloud platform that can that developer can write apps and their software to connect it to our platform for HPC tasks, high performance computing power. If you need that, that's the application of it.
Okay.
Not just a normal server for just websites.
Right, so it's a pretty massive thing that can scale quite a bit, it sounds like.
Yes, exactly. And actually one of the most important thing is that we can scale up much faster at almost no cost. So one user who decides to join our community, that means that we have scaled up quite a bit, and because if Microsoft or Amazon wants to do that, they need to design their new servers or the other equipments, but for us it's just a matter of plugging in a phone. Yeah.
So each user that joins into the service is more power that you guys have in the network that you can then sell and host more servers on. So it's essentially processing power. It's a huge cloud of processing power sourced by mobile phones.
Exactly.
So what do you do about storage? Like so I'm hosting my website on your service. Where does my website actually live, the data that is my website?
So we are exploring two options currently. We can have some sort of parallel servers that can do that, mostly for the storage purposes, but But what we are thinking is about, we want to decentralize the cloud.
Yeah.
So we are thinking, like, we are exploring the opportunity of giving this opportunity and power to our customers to provide their own storage,
Sure.
but with this processing power, which is, because that side is really not very sophisticated task to maintain.
Sure.
But the processing part is because you need the SDKs for the other softwares, and from our side, that's what we're going to take care of.
Okay, so my data isn't linked to the smartphone, so it's not distributed. There's still an encryption issue because you're processing the data, you're processing the incoming requests. How is that kept secure with such a diversified, distributed network of processing power?
Yes, exactly. So there are two things, especially for a start, we are targeting those problems and those kind of HPC tasks that are very parallel in nature. So, for example, if you want to render a 3D model, you don't need the other part of the file to render this, pixel right in the corner.
So it's broken out into individual tasks that can be operated.
So no one has the full file. Mm-hmm. That's one thing to keep in mind. The other thing is that all of this communication are encrypted with the best options possible.
Sure. Yeah, that's exciting. So if I think about the business, like where are you guys at today, and what's the next big step along the way to bringing this thing to reality so we can actually get apps installed and I can start making money on my smartphone?
Yeah, so the next step is to get this app, which we are probably selecting the Android for our first platform.
Sure.
Is to get this app out there on the Play Store, and then after that to build up this community, because with it's all possible with our community, and we're going to make sure that our community feels belong.
Yeah.
And also well, there are these gamification mechanisms that it has so many details, and we are so excited about it. And after that, we want to actually analyze the patterns and the behaviors of these contributors.
Sure.
For the next 100,000 users.
Okay.
And then only after that, we will go probably for the 3D applications, and we are going to work with those companies.
Okay, it's like the rendering and...
Rendering, yeah, exactly. Because they are very, very high demanding task in terms of processing power.
Exactly.
And it makes a lot of difference.
Okay, so you said serverless at the beginning, right?
Yes.
But we've got storage somewhere, and we still have to have a unique address. So there's still a server. We're just talking about distributed processing power, yeah?
Yeah, so, well, it's server-dashless.
Okay.
That's
There's
one thing
a
to
little
keep in
asterisk
mind.
almost, but yeah.
Exactly. And the other thing is that when you compare it, it's almost like it's next to nothing in terms of having servers.
Sure. Well, in terms of the footprint, the energy footprint,
Yeah, exactly.
the land use,
Exactly.
and those things.
Exactly. And
Okay.
also the number of those servers.
Sure.
Yeah.
So looking forward at kind of the progress of your startup and where you guys are going with the company, what are you excited about? Like, what's the biggest thing that I guess keeps you up at night in a good way about the where you're going?
So the thing that is really important to us and keeps us going is that actually you see there are fields like cloud computing that it's supposed to make things much more secure, but actually we believe that it's not that way that it's supposed to be.
Sure.
And we believe also that this is a positive step toward taking our privacy and security back while democratizing the cloud.
Yeah.
Because this is very important to us, and also it can, we can actually change many things, because currently our vision is that we see a market for this that it's not out there yet.
Right.
And we are thinking about the possibilities that if you put high performance computing power in the hands of people, how they're going to use it and how they going to, it's going to be amazing. I think it's one of the biggest market that it could be there, but it's not there.
Sure.
Because it's not affordable and it's too complicated at the moment, especially the process of making it. And we have two players, mostly. I mean, there are more than that.
Microsoft and Amazon.
Microsoft and Amazon are dominating it, and I don't think that's healthy competition.
Okay.
But you have two competitors.
So bringing in a new disruptive technology, it has potential. I'm excited. I'll be looking out for exciting news from you guys as you move forward and
Great. Very
scale it
excited.
up. Awesome. Good talking with you guys.